Hello everyone and welcome to JoJo's Brick Time. This is how I normally start my MOCs, by throwing everything into a container that I think I'll need. So I've got 2 sets of the roller disco in here, and I haven't pulled apart most of it because I think I'm going to use some of the parts, but this is how my brain works. It's a jumble at the moment, and this is how I start off thinking of how I'm going to build my MOC. So I lay it all out and then I start layering to see what will look best. I also tried to use up the 2 bowling alleys, and I wanted to make it 24 wide, but it just wasn't working, not for what was the ideas I had inside my head. So let's take a look at what the set looked like before. Now I really liked it. I liked those yellow noodles they used, the dark pink, the purple and the trans neon windows. And the inside, I liked all the details, so I tried to keep as much of that as I could. Okay, this is what I came up with. It had to be 32 wide, there was no question about it, because I need everything to look symmetrical. And it had to be 24 deep. Now that's okay, it still fits in with the main street. You just line up the front pavement area and then it all looks great from the front. I loved those windows, I had to put them in, and the rainbow bricks. That was a must, and then I had to work out how I wanted them to make them look the best as they could. Just added that other 10-pin bowling part because I really liked that sign, and here on the floor I just added the half tile just to finish the tiling off a little bit nicer. That's the only way I worked out how to do it with all the parts I had. Then I used this bracket here because I wanted to use the dark pink curved bricks along the front also, just to give that pink along the front because I really liked that colour. I had a spare vending machine, so I thought I'll put that at the front and they can have the drinks there. And then I made this palm tree. I've done this design before, and there's a little post in the middle there to secure it all. And I think it gives this like the 80s Miami type vibe, which I love. Need to have a little bin at the front, and then I just did a smaller little palm tree just to balance it all out. Okay, so that's the front done. I'm going to turn it around so you can see this side. Now I had to use up all the blue bricks I had. I didn't really have too many, but it needed to be blue. And the interior here, I did do the 2 bowling alleys, which I really wanted to have as I had the 2 sets, and I tiled the floor with whatever tiles I had also, and then used up as many of the parts as I could from the set. And then I made this little bar area or counter with the glass panels there, because I'm going to put some yummy food inside because there's going to be cakes and rolls and hot dogs. I thought a little slushy machine would be cool, and I didn't have a green 1x1 transparent brick, so I just used plates, but now it looks like you've actually used some of that green drink, so it turned out good in the end. I liked the 3 lockers, so I kept them. And then another vending machine, but this time I've popped chocolate bars inside. I wanted to do some booth style seating and use up as many of the parts as I could. So 2 tables in here and lots of food. I tiled the top because I wanted to make this like a modular style. You can still play bowling here, which is cool. That's great. That's floor number 1 done. I'm super happy with how it turned out. Let's take a look at number 2. This took me ages to work out how to make it look good and make everything line up. And I wanted to use the noodles because I liked them. I wanted to use those trans neon window panes there. Yeah, this took me ages. to make it look good and symmetrical with those rainbow bricks also. I also wanted to try and use up as many of the parts as I had, and then this was a challenge. I only had one of these yellow rods, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to use it there, but it worked out because if I put the sign there, you can't see that I don't have the yellow rod there, so it didn't really matter, I guess. I loved the colour scheme. See these curved windows? I had to add them in. But I'm like, how am I going to make this look really good? This level was rebuilt so many times. And then I used up the windows that I had. I didn't buy any more of those. And the purple bricks, I had to order some more from Bricklink for that. Otherwise it wouldn't have looked good if I didn't continue the purple on. I tiled the top once again, dark pink, because I wanted the other floor to be removable as well. The base was a challenge. I wanted to use up my 16 by 16 plates. So I used 2 of them here. And then I used the rest of these plates to stabilise the floor. They were the purple ones I had. That's why it looks like that. Now on the inside. I loved that dancing machine game, so I kept that exactly how it was. I loved these trans neon tube lighting, so I kept them in there. Time to fit it out with everything. I've got the gumball machine, that was from the new hairdresser set. This frog game, I did a few shorts of all the arcade games if you want to take a look how they're all built. So I modified that slightly to fit in here. Chicken Crossy Road game from the new Lego Friends Diner. I made another little arcade game just with parts that I had, so that goes in here. This Heart Lake Rush came with the set, so I'll use that. And the claw game, I have a short on that, on how to build that. And then I popped in the other Heart Lake Rush game over here. The arcade basketball game, that goes over here, but it has to be recessed one stud across so it fits in nicely. Let's see if it works. Oh, come on, 3rd time lucky, get it in. There we go, yes, got it. And this air hockey game came with the set, but it blended in being the same blue colour as the floor, so that's why I put it on the green plate. And then I just added some lights at the top to, like for scoring. So that's it. Anyway, that's all done. I am happy with the arcade level. That turned out so good. Let's pop it on top. And see, you can't tell I don't have that yellow rod there because the sign's covering it up. And the 16 by 16 plates actually fit well because it's a proper floor now, and it's covered up that little gap. Level 3, now I've kept this pretty much the same as the second level. I've got the rod in here to continue that piping. The rainbow bricks, they all line up to the second and bottom level. I used up all the teal colour parts that I had, and the curved windows, I had to add those in also. And if you see here, I actually curved the floor so it looks a lot better. So this is what's happening underneath, how I did the floor for this. And then I added the purple plates underneath there. That floor's a bit grubby there, I need to clean it. I added the purple plates there just to stabilise the floor also. So I just used up parts that I had. I added another layer of purple bricks around the top just to give extra height, and I tiled it in this navy blue colour because they're the only colours I had left, and in the curved tiled pieces. So this is what it looks like on this side. Glass bricks because I'm using that as a splashback for inside. And then on this side I had these extra windows that were left over, so I used them up. And I used every single blue brick I had, so I got none left now. This is the inside. These colourful lights came with the set, and then I just added heaps more lights because this is like a nightclub and we need big speakers to pump out some tunes. Here's the DJ section to mix up some cool music, and the dance floor. I still made it spin, but you can't, I took that cog piece out, it just wasn't working and it took up too much room. More lights up here. I loved that little disco music sign, and the happy place, the bar area. Lots of lights here as well. Use those brackets again to put more lights across there. Lots of drinks, lots of cups. We've got seating. We've got those cups that I ordered, I'm happy about. We've got this blender to make mocktails and lots of drinks on the shelf. So I need to pop in a big disco light, one that spins, and this little light piece, I actually stole it from my lighthouse because I didn't think the lighthouse needed to have a disco light on top. And it works perfect in here, check it out. And then I can quickly turn it off to save the battery. Here is DJ Tempo, and he is gonna belt out some cool tunes. And we've got Evelyn working here behind the bar, and another girl here. She's wearing the same uniform, just a different hairstyle. I love how this turned out, and I've actually made a roof for this. Okay, I've tried to use up as much of the parts as I could. The dark pink curved bricks, I had to use them, and the dark grey plates. This is what I came up with to fit my build. I wanted to use those 2 disco balls that came with the set, so they go above the bar. And this recessed bit here is for this. This is the skylight. I thought this will look pretty cool above the nightclub. I ordered these extra parts from Bricklink. They're a little bit scratched, but you know, not many people had these. And then I used the parts that came with the set also. So that fits above here and it just slots in nicely and it won't fall out. So that's a nifty little idea. We're gonna pop it on top. Check out the colors of this. Looks really cool. Very unique having the skylight up above. I'll just straighten all that out and look at that. That's a funky looking nightclub. Now I need to pop it on top, and there it is. My roller disco custom MOC, and I love the curve bits on the side of the building there. That's turned out so cool. It looks really retro 80s. The Lego friends are lining up to have a fun day out. Need to start with the bowling and eating lots of yummy food. Time for some arcade fun, and will we win any prizes? Time to hit the dance floor and dance the night away and have some yummy drinks from the bar. My custom Lego Friends roller disco arcade. Oh my goodness. This took me ages to build and work out how to make it look best, and to try and use up all the parts from the sets, try and use up parts I had, and to fit it out with as much stuff as I could. But do you know what? I am in love with how it turned out. The colours of it, it looks so retro 80s. This is totally up my alley, and it fits perfectly into my main street. So everyone, get your bricks out, get building and get creative.